I wanted to give a fast update about how my suture separation is coming along and also the spacers. The last couple of turns have been interesting, but last night was definitely the most interesting. I did a turn around 4 p.m. and by 11 p.m. when I was relaxing in bed, I felt this sudden intense sensation of in the front teeth and the gums, like the two teeth were coming closer towards each other and sort of hugging each other tightly. But at the same time, I knew that it was sort of a false interpretation by the mind of what this sensation really was, because at the same time I could sense that it was because things were moving apart instead of together. But you get the sensation like the teeth are hugging. I could be wrong, but I've been told by my orthodontist office that the teeth will come closer together and further apart and closer together and further apart until the suture fully separate. And the really cool thing is the next day I noticed that when I went to floss between my two front teeth, there was more space than there usually was. And so I'm probably on turn 7, so this is really exciting. The turn before I also felt something kind of like this like mini earthquake sensation, super brief, and then it just passed and I was kind of like, oh, and then it was gone. And I'm really happy to report that the spacers, they're coming along nicely. I had so much soreness on this left side and I couldn't really chew on this side for a good while. And I've had the spacers for maybe almost a month now. And you know, when I went in to get the lower expander, they told me that there just wasn't enough space between the teeth for them to install the metal bands around the molars for the lower expander. So they put the spacers back in, and then it was even more sore than the time before. I think I had a little bit of inflammation in the gums from having maybe a brushing spot that I've been missing or a flossing spot I've been missing. I did more rinses with that coconut mouthwash that I had been telling you all about that I was using when I first had the Marpy installed. And so that really helps a lot. There's some propolis in this. And then I also had my regular mouthwash that's supposed to support gum health. And that didn't take too long, 2 or 3 days. I started to notice that I was moving on the right track and the inflammation was slowly starting to come down. And so I can chew on this side of my mouth. It's not disrupting my sleep like it was in the very beginning, the first week of the spacers. I felt like my sleep was disrupted and I was sensitive to that. And so yeah, everything's going in the right direction, and I guess you just have to be patient sometimes and trust the process and just, you know, not be a whiner and just get through it. So anyways, I hope this helps you all, and thanks for watching.